Welcome back. I just played the first two of Chess.com's 5 new bots based on a new movie that's about to come out or has already come out. And the third one is Lario, which looks a little bit like Gotham Chess, but I don't want to assume that. It says, Lario fell down a warp tube into the chess kingdom. Play against him and help him on his journey in defeating the evil Howser. I don't know who Howser is, but I'm just going to play Lario, who's rated 800. I usually do beat 800 bots, but I didn't do as well as I should have against the first two. Hopefully I will do better against Lario or Lario. I'm not sure. Oh, I get the black pieces this time. Okay, we're going to get a Queen's Gambit, maybe? Or no, just having a Zuckertort variation of the Queen's Pawn opening. All right, well, let's see what we can do here. Okay, now I think we have transitioned into a Queen's Gambit, haven't we? I don't know if I should take that or not. Let's do it. I think I can defend that pawn this way, and then, oh, maybe not. Maybe I cannot defend that pawn that way. All right. We have opened up the bot's rook over here. Then looks like they're prepared to castle. I should also probably prepare to castle. But just in case we have some trouble down here, I'm going to go ahead and put this here to defend this rook. And then we'll move this pawn, get this bishop out, and I think I will get that bishop out, and then castle. Okay, that knight has just repeated moves. Oh, I noticed when I wasn't paying attention, which is a bad idea, that this bot just moved its rook for no reason whatsoever. Or maybe there was a reason, but I don't know what it is. But that's a bad habit I fall into when I'm doing openings, is I make sure that nothing is striking at me and then play my move. But I probably should have noticed that the bot wasted a tempo by just moving its rook. I do notice that that's lining up with my king, but okay, now the bot has moved its king over. That can't be good, right? I'm not sure exactly how to punish that just yet. I think if I put my queen here, aiming along with this bishop down here with this pawn, and then take this knight, trading my light squared bishop for that knight, which will keep the knight from guarding this square, I think I'll be doing well at that point. But I also want to finish my development. Okay, the knight's just moved out of the way. So I can just take that pawn then, I think? Or does that help open up? I don't know. It just helped open up. Well, maybe it wasn't the best idea. Should I bring it? I guess I should bring it all the way back. No, that's not a good idea because the bishop is guarding that square. And as I said, I want to finish my development. So let's finish my development. I am trying to practice that. The bot is just making some random moves on the back rank, and I'm not sure exactly how to punish them just yet. Let's see if we can bring this up and then put the queen here. Maybe we can come get that pawn too. I don't know what that's about. And again, don't know how to punish it. So let's go ahead with my plan of picking off that pawn. Okay, now I am watching what the opponent has done this time because I got checkmated by Martin, the lowest rated bot on chess.com, sometime last year. And I don't want that to happen again. But let's just be clear. My knight is currently guarding that square. And if something comes after that knight, I have another knight protecting that knight and ready to move in here at a moment's notice. And I will still have a knight guarding h7. So I think I'm okay down there right now. So let's do this. Okay, they've tried to cut off my queen from guarding down there. Also maybe trying to bait my knight into coming this way. That's interesting. Nice. But I can come back with my bishop, hit that. Let's see if they take. Then I could take, and my queen is still guarding that spot. Oh, but no, the rook is also guarding that spot. Wow. Okay, I have to be careful. Very careful. Well, my bishop is temporarily trapped then. Guess I could move this pawn forward one, which would keep the rook from being able to see there, and I won't have to worry about this knight, and I'll be able to move it when I need to, because I think that pawn is about to push forward. Oh, it forked me anyway. Well, I can take it this way, I think, and then give up a piece there. Yeah, looks like I kind of have to do that, don't I? Can I just do this and threaten their queen? And, oh, they gave me the queen. All right, well, I feel a lot better now. I was feeling like I was in really bad shape there for a second, but I feel a little better now. That is aiming for the bishop, obviously. But can I move the bishop anywhere safe, like just back one? I think I can just move it back one and it'll be okay. That's temporarily safe. Or can I check? No, I can't check just yet. And I definitely don't want to take it. They probably should have moved their bishop there. Oh yeah, because I was lined up on the same diagonal here. Wow. Okay. But if they had moved their bishop there, I guess I could have done this. Oh, I don't know what that does. But now I can check here and win the rook. And I'm not sure what that aims to do. But now that I'm up so much on material, I'm just going to try to trade off some of these pieces and get on with winning this game. See if we can trade off a couple of more pieces this way. No, we're going to trade off this way. Okay. And let's see. Go here and no, that pawn is protected. Wow. Can I get in here somehow? No, not really. Well, I need to put one of my rooks on the open file then. This one, I guess. Then bring my queen here, which I think wins the rook. Yes. Let's try to finish this off as soon as possible. Can check here and then win this pawn. Or check here. I think I can protect the knight by moving my h-pawn. Okay, the king is doing interesting things now. I think I will check here. That looks like a safe square. And then I'm going to pick off the knight. If they take, I will take. Pick up 2 pieces for the rook. And that was checkmate. Okay, and 38 moves. So a little bit less than I beat the previous bot, which is in a different video. I am going to click the game review and see how well I did. Okay, I did a lot better in this one than I did in the previous one. In my game against the previous bot, the second of the new bots, I had 5 misses and 2 mistakes or something. Here I didn't have any mistakes. It says just 1 miss. And I'm going to go all the way down to see where that was. It was right here on move 35. Okay, so relatively late. So up until this point, I was doing amazingly. Oh, and it says I have a mate in 2. That's why there was a miss here. Where was my mate in 2? Because I do have a check here, but oh, and the king's starting to run out of places to go. Because my pawn, oh well, my rook cuts off all of these squares. My pawn cuts off that. My knight cuts off this. The king would have had to go there, but then I wouldn't have had a mate. Would I? No, I wouldn't have had a mate because the king has running room in that corner. So it wasn't that. What about over here? That would have kept the king from coming this way, but they could have blocked. Mate in 2. Oh, was it throwing up the f-pawn? Maybe it was throwing up the f-pawn. That would have forced the king back. I mean, and then I could have checked again, but then the king could have just moved over. So that's not a mate in 2. Yeah, I'm not seeing the mate in 2. What does the analysis board have? Queen. Okay, it was queen to h1. And then it says they would have to block. Oh, okay. I get it. Because earlier when I was talking about checking along this diagonal, the king could escape that way. But if I go here, their only legal move is for the knight to block. And now the king can't escape that way. And when I come back over here, the king has nowhere to go. Oh, it says now even f5 would be mate. f5 or queen to b1. Well, that was a little hard to see. I'm going to play the next bot, which is rated a little bit higher. Play computer. Lario was 800. The next bot is Princess Nect ... Is there going to be a pop-up or something that tells me what the rest of the name is? Well, no, it's Princess Nect. Oh, up there. Princess Nectarine. I like nectarines. It's a good fruit. Princess Nectarine is the sweetest and most charming princess in all of chess.com. She's been practicing hard to protect her castle from Howser. Well, again, I don't know who Howser is. Is Howser this next bot? Howser is the next bot. I understand now. Well, I'm going to select Princess Nectarine. I usually beat 1200 rated bots, but I'm going to be careful. As careful as I can. Let's let the computer choose the colors. I will get the white pieces. Is that a good move? What does that do? Does that, I guess, is preparing b5? Surely that's not an, oh, it says it's an actual opening. Queen's pawn opening, St. George defense. So that's an actual thing. I don't usually do this, but I'm going to play e4. I usually don't get the full center here. Okay. And now we're in the king's pawn opening, St. George, Zilbermint's gambit. They're just making this stuff up now. All right, well, the question is, should I push or take? I've never heard of the St. George Zilbermint's gambit. I don't know if I should push or take. I'm going to take. Because it seems a little bit like the England gambit. Okay, that's maybe why I shouldn't have taken. All right. And now I can't pin that knight or anything because that pawn is there. So I think I'm going to give up this pawn maybe, but I can protect it for a second. Continue my development and then castle. All right, now we're in an e4 opening, which I'm completely unfamiliar with. I guess that's my fault. I want to push this pawn, but then I have nothing to defend against this knight coming in here. Maybe I should play one of my A or H pawns since everybody else is doing it. All right, that aims at this, which is, I guess, okay. But can't I just make it go away? Bye-bye. Oh, it's still going to point down here. All right. And now they have 2 attackers here, but they're not going to move a piece there. I think I'm just going to go ahead and push some more pawns and then get my knight out this way and my bishop out over here. I can take that, right? We can trade queens now if we want to. Well, we don't want to? Okay, well that keeps me from fully blocking in the bishop, I guess. All right, well, I was going to put my knight here. Okay, well, that's not good. That's not good at all. I think the best way out of that is bishop to e3, correct? Or queen here. Let's go bishop to e3 and see where the queen goes. The queen has gone back. And now we should trade off bishops, because if I let them trade off with me, I'm going to end up with pawns weird here. So let's take that bishop, then get mine out, and then castle. Because I don't think I can attack that rook immediately right now. Okay, we're going to castle. It looks like they're going to start throwing pawns. Or queens, because I didn't put the dark squared bishop where I said I was going to put it. But my rook's protected. The knight's not, though. So I need to do something about that knight. Should it come in here? And I can aim for that, maybe? Where's the queen going to go if I put my knight there? I mean, it would have to go back, wouldn't it? Or back this way? I think those would be the only safe squares for it. Okay, well, let's see. Okay, it went all the way back, which is probably best. And now what do I need to do? They've left their king in the middle, and they've left 3 pieces so far undeveloped. I can't get my queen on this diagonal just yet because their knight's guarding there. But I can get my queen off the back rank, which is always a good idea. Let's see, what do I have that's not defended? Those 2 pawns are not defended. So if I went here to c2, I could defend both of those pawns and get my queen off the back rank. Let's do that. That also, I think, will get behind my bishop in case I want to start heading down that way. Okay, now that's a problem. Their knight is still guarding that square, though. I could go here, but that's just an empty attack on the queen, so I don't think it's that good. I think their queen would just move over or go back. And then I don't know that I would want to trade off for my bishop after moving my knight that many times. I think I should go ahead and do what I was talking about, which is put the bishop here, and that prepares a pawn push. And maybe the rook over as well. Let's try that. They've put another defender here, and their knight is still defending that square. Okay, I am going to pull this rook over, line it up with their king. Okay, I think that allows me to push this pawn forward, doesn't it? To attack their knight, and then where's their knight going to go? Their knight can't go there because they just put their own pawn there. Their knight wouldn't want to come in here because of this pawn. Wouldn't want to come in here because of my knight. I guess it could go there, but then I've got an advanced pawn. It's across midfield. So oh, it went back that way. I mean, I knew it could go back to those 2 squares, but I didn't think it would. I honestly thought it was going to go here, but I guess I could have traded for it. Should I just stop their pawn from going any further? I guess I should. Let's just stop those pawns from going any further, and we've locked up this side. Okay, now they're doing some interesting stuff over here. I want to go this way so I can check with my bishop and start locking in on that king. Sorry, I had a minor interruption with some children yelling in the other room. All right. What was I talking about? I was talking about moving my e-pawn forward, which I assume they'll take with one of those 2 pawns, and then I can check over here on g6. That was my idea. Also, I still want to do something about that queen, but if it's just going to move, and then I have to put the knight back. Okay. Let's go for it. All right, it took with that one, which I kind of thought. I can attack the queen here, or I can check. Which one of those is better? If I check, the king can't go here because of my knight, or here. It could block with that knight, though, or it could move over. So yeah, the only legal moves at that point when I check on g6 with my bishop would be to move over or to block with one of those 2 pieces. I assume they would block with the knight, which won't help me that much. Would it be more helpful to challenge the queen at this point? Or would it be more helpful to take this, sacrificing the knight in order to get this open? Because nothing else is defending e5 except that knight. I don't know if I want to sacrifice just yet since we're even on material. I am not sure. Let's do the queen threat first. Oh, I messed up. The bishop is guarding that. Wow. Okay. I did mess that up pretty badly, looks like. Wow. And now I'm a piece down. I'm a whole bishop down, so I'm going to have to be careful. Even more careful than I was. And maybe the bot will blunder at some point. Maybe not, because sometimes they don't. What can I do? I can check, but the king just moves, right? And then I have to come back? Oh. Let's just see what it does. It went that way. I don't want to check here because the bishop is guarding that. My weakness, as we all know now, is seeing bishops, and I just didn't see that one. Okay, well, I'm going to threaten the rook. I assume it'll go back. It did not go back. Okay, well, the bot is trying to help me out here, I think, because I don't think it's a mistake to take this rook. That bishop's only pointing at this pawn, and then I will get a queen on the next turn. Okay, well, we all know what just happened there. The bot has given me a huge opportunity. I know I'm giving up the knight there, but then I'm going to check and get that rook this way. and check. I can't quite finish that off yet, but I can take another pawn. You know what? Let's just march this down and do this the easy way, the way that lower rated players do it. Okay. Well, I don't want to be just giving up knights randomly, do I? What? I mean, they don't have a lot of moves available to them, I guess, at this point. Oh, okay. Well, they're guarding that square. That's nice. What if I check first? And then... No, that didn't help, did it? Either way, I'm going to have to trade that pawn for a knight. Yeah, okay. And then I'll trade this knight for that bishop in order to get rid of it, because that bishop's annoying me. And then we can just clean up this way. All right, well, that was a pretty embarrassing mistake. And as we all saw, the only reason I won is because right afterward, the bot gave me back the piece, so gave me more. But that happens. That happens when we're playing lower rated bots. It's happened when I was playing, if I'm not mistaken, a 1500 rated bot at one point. But I will run the game review, mainly to see if that was my only mistake or if there were many others. That's highly possible. Well, it says I only had one mistake and one blunder. I'm going to guess that the blunder was giving away my queen. That was the blunder. Yeah, or sorry, giving away my bishop there. And my mistake was taking back. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, we all saw that. As soon as they took it, I realized, oh no, their bishop's behind it. I don't know why I didn't check for that bishop. Maybe because the bishop hadn't moved all game. It was just being a secret bishop back there in the back. But it was a mistake to take back. I actually still had a plus, well, let's switch over to the analysis, a +2.5 advantage after giving up that piece. So should I have checked? No. I should have just moved my queen very calmly up to c3, and I would have had a +2, even being down a piece. Well, I clearly don't know how to evaluate games, even though I've practiced at it. I've looked up, I even had a video on how to do it, but I was trying to teach myself, not necessarily teach you. And one of the ways is material. That's the easiest way for the beginner to learn. Another way is space that's taken up on the board. Here, I don't have much more space than my opponent. I'm down 3 points of material. My knight is what gives me, I guess, a slight spatial advantage because it is pointing at all these squares across the board, but my opponent is controlling quite a few squares on my side as well. I guess I have one pawn that's slightly forward than theirs, and development is one of the other ways. And so maybe that's what gives me the advantage here, is that my opponent has 3 pieces completely undeveloped that hadn't yet moved at this point. Oh, and king safety. That's another way to evaluate a position. My king is far safer than their king. So maybe at this point I shouldn't have, I thought I was lost and only gained back the advantage because the bot blundered it away a few turns later. But maybe I should have realized that I didn't need to take that piece back. I'm up +2 if I just play queen to c3. I'm nearly up +2 if I just move the queen over here. But I don't understand why, even though I'm down a full piece. But my opponent has pieces that they're not using. Interesting. And b6 now, really, b6 now would still leave me a slight advantage even though my queen is hanging. That's interesting. If I play b6, will it still say I have an advantage? That's b6, right? And it says they wouldn't take my queen. If they took my queen, it would give me an advantage. Really? Okay. Now, see, this is how you would have known I was cheating if I had played this at this point, after giving away my bishop. Because any human opponent, well, I wasn't playing a human opponent, was I? I was playing a bot opponent. But if I was playing a human opponent, they would have thought I was an idiot, right? Mentally deficient. They would have taken here. That would have given me +1, only if I took the rook, which I probably would have. And then they would have taken this pawn, their best move, and then I would have promoted. Oh no. Promotion may or may not be my best move. Rook e to d1. Rook e to d1 is better. Look at that. Well, then you would definitely know I was cheating if I didn't promote. And I just moved this rook over and left that pawn hanging. And they would play here, but then I would promote, right? Definitely. Okay, now it's my only good move. Wow. But that was my only mistake and my only blunder. My blunder was giving away the bishop, but I still have an advantage. And then I made a mistake and took back, and that took away all my advantage. That is really, really frustrating. Yeah. That was inaccurate. That was a mistake, but that was excellent, or great. Sorry, that was great. I did not have any excellent moves in this game. Just 2 great ones. Okay. Where was my other great one? My other great one was, okay, that's what I wondered about. That was a good move. I didn't know what to do in the King's Pawn opening St. George Zilberman's Gambit. Is that what this size says to? Oh yes, it's far better to just take that. Okay, so if I'm ever in this situation again, I'll try to remember to take it. Let this reinforce that. I decided to take it on my own, but now I know for sure that that was the right thing. Okay, I don't know why I shouldn't just go ahead and play the one more bot that's remaining. It is the Howser bot rated 1400, the biggest, baddest chess boss. He loves bringing anarchy to the chessboard. If you're not careful, he'll capture your queen. Well, that happened to me in the last game, and I don't often beat 1400 rated bots. We'll do our best, see if we can learn something. I'm a grade A 100% prime cut final boss. I'm going to take over the chess world any day now. Bwahaha, says Howser. Good luck, Howser. Good. Let's just do this. All right. We got the Indian game, I think. East Indian defense. Queen's Indian defense now. I didn't know that's what that was. I don't see that very often. I usually see the G6, but not the B6. I don't know if I'm... Yeah, I guess I can go ahead and get that out now. Is the bishop? No, I thought the dark squared bishop was going to come here, but it did not. Now we're in the Queen's Indian defense Kasparov variation. Well, I did not know that either. I should not push all the way here yet because they have a knight and a bishop hitting that square. So I guess I'll just play e3, which defends this. Okay, now they push that over there. All right, I guess I have to take it if they trade for it? No. What is that? Oh, trying to rip open my center, I guess. Well, how rude. I am going to castle as soon as possible. I can also move that knight now since it's not pinned anymore. Can I go here with it, aiming in there? No, their bishop's guarding that square. Wow. Oh, well, if I go here, then their bishop has to move, I guess, or trade. But I'm going to castle first. Not sure where that knight's going. Okay, that's lining up on a piece that will soon be undefended. I am going to go ahead and move that and assume we're going to get a trade here. No, that bishop's going to go back. Okay. Well, this is temporarily defended. Let's see. Let's play a3 to keep, because they have two pieces pointed at that square. Did they just take something there? No, I don't think so. We already had our pawn trade over here. But that is pointed at this. I can just move that, right? Like to help support this pawn. And they've moved their rook back. That can't be good. Howser's given me a chance here, but I don't know what to do with it. I have no idea what to do with that chance. I don't think pushing the pawn's a good idea, because not only is their pawn guarding that square, but their knight's guarding that square, their other knight's guarding that square, and their bishop's guarding that square. Whereas I would only have a queen, and a pawn, and a bishop guarding that. Okay, so yeah, definitely not a good idea. Don't want to go here, because... See, I saw the bishop because it was in front. If the bishop had been in the back, I probably wouldn't have seen it. I guess I should get this rook out at some point. Or should I threaten that knight and just get rid of it? Maybe that's what I should do. Also, that gets my knight out of the way of their other bishop coming this way. Okay, they did take it. I am going to take back. That pawn is defended. I'm not too worried about that. I'm also not worried about these pieces coming in here because I'm defending that. Everything is defended. Guess I should put this rook over. And maybe now start doing this? No. Okay. Oh, okay. Wow. Almost missed it. They're lining up right here. I can defend against that in a couple of ways. One, I can do this. I don't think they will trade off their queen for a bishop and a pawn. Surely not. That's one way to do it. And then if they move their queen, I can hit their bishop. Because we're even on material and that bishop is aiming at my king side. So maybe that's the best idea here, even at the risk of opening up my king. The other way I can defend against it is moving this pawn forward, but that blocks in my bishop. But then I can move my bishop here and maybe start to line up toward their king side. That poses an immediate threat to their queen. Let's try that. Okay, it's gone all the way back, which I kind of assumed that it would. I think I should trade off for that bishop now. I don't know if that's the best plan, but that way they don't have a bishop pointed down here, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. And yes, I was a little worried about it. I wonder about pushing this bishop here to protect... No, their knight's guarding that square. Never mind. Well, what if I did that? Anyway, so everything's defended right now, right? And the only way they can come at this knight is to pull their knight back, which they might. But what if I had done this first? I don't know. But then where's it going to go after that, right? I don't know. I just want to defend against them putting their knight back. Oh, they're going to do that. Okay. Ooh, what about this? I think they would take that because that bishop's undefended right now, right? And again, I probably shouldn't be trying to trade off material, but they have some pieces in some pretty irritating places. That would be okay, wouldn't it? That severely limits where their bishop can go after that. Or should I try it with my knight since that threatens their queen? But it doesn't threaten anything else. Then they're just going to move their queen. But where are they going to move their queen? Because if they move it back, then I can do something silly and be threatening their queen again. They move here or here. And if they move there, then my knight's after it. So that would leave their queen only this spot, which I could then threaten with the pawn. If they took the pawn, I could take the pawn. It would be protected by my queen, and my rook would be hitting their queen. Would that be good? I'm about to find out, Howser. Okay, they did go there. Is this good? Oh, they went over there. Oh, I probably should have expected them to not put their queen in any further danger. Well, I found out. Well, my knight's in an okay spot as long as I keep my bishop here, but I might not be able to keep my bishop here. I can hit this, and then they would take back, I assume. What if I had my rook here when that happened? That bishop's not defended right now. Wait. Is that going right there? That looks dangerous. I don't want that to happen. Oh, wow. Can I stop that? I can. No, I can't. I was going to say put the pawn here, but that doesn't stop anything. I can stop that by putting my queen over here and offering a queen trade. Oh, no, that's bad. Because if I do that, they're just going to put the knight there anyway, which threatens the rook. Then I have to move the rook, and the queen's not defended anymore. All right, then I should move my queen first. Or maybe they're not planning on coming in here. Maybe they're planning on defending that. An extra defender there. But I have to worry about that. I just have to. I could simply just move my queen over one, because I am aiming at that square anyway. And then if they still come in here, I will move the rook. Okay, I think that's the answer. Wait. Oh, they got their bishop out of danger, and they're aiming down here, which again I think is okay because I can just move the rook. Or should I just do this? But then their bishop goes here, or oh, I realize my queen is now at the front of this. If I take this, they're going to take back with their knight now. Besides the possibility of taking that pawn. So should I defend that now? Nope. I'm going to do this. Okay, they're going to do that. Oh, you know what I just saw? If they take this and I take that, if they had left their knight up here, they could have then put their knight right there, which would have forked my queen and rook. But their knight's not there now. Their knight's not there now. Okay. Okay, they moved a bishop. I'm going to take that pawn then. Their knight's not guarding that pawn anymore. Let's see, can I move this knight someplace? I can put the knight back where it was, which gets it temporarily out of danger. And then when I move this bishop, I will be pointed at this pawn up here. Okay, that pawn's not defended. Don't know what to do about that. Oh no, the pawn is defended, but they're attacking it twice. Can I defend it without, because if I put this back here, then they can trade there, and then the pawn's not defended anymore. I may just have to give up the pawn. Or can I attack the queen? Why don't we attack the queen? Because that's bigger than a pawn, right? If I attack the queen, it's just going to take the pawn, and then I'm going to take, and we're going to trade, and then, or I could put the knight there, protected by the bishop, and then the rook can't see the pawn. And from there, I'm attacking this pawn. Okay, let's do that. Okay, now they're defending this pawn again. Can I bring this back? Or what about just back one? Oh, no, then I'm not defending the knight anymore. Oh, I can bring it back this way and still be defending the knight. And then my queen will be protecting this. I think. I didn't expect that. Oh, they're adding another protector to the pawn? Well, can't I just do this now? And now when their rook moves, I take the bishop? Oh. Wait, am I down? I'm down something. I'm down a piece, but up in exchange, right? Well, that's frustrating. That pawn is still defended, but I want to defend this pawn so I can move that one forward. No, I don't. Not yet, because of that. Good grief. Also, how can I threaten their king? Like that? No, their bishop's guarding that square. What about this? Aiming for down here. But then their king's just going to move out of check, and then I accomplished nothing. I should probably put a rook on an open file. Let's do that. They've brought their queen back. Okay, that's good for me, right? Because I don't have to worry about being down here anymore. And they're not really threatening anything now because their bishop is gone. I'm controlling an open file. I can't go down there just yet because of their bishop, aforementioned. I can threaten their knight, but then it just comes in here, which aims for this giant fork. So I don't want that. But I can push forward one. That doesn't do anything, though. Well, yes, it does. It gets it out of the sight of this bishop for when I need to move my rook. Oh, but then when I move the rook, then the knight can take the pawn. This is frustrating. And as long as the knight, as long as the knight's here, that pawn's defended. Oh, and the queen has just defended it as well. So if I get the knight to move, I still can't take that pawn. And the knight is still threatening the royal fork right there. Or the triple fork, whatever you want to call it. Well, let's get some of the pieces out of the way of the triple fork. Well, I can't even do a rook lift right now because the knight's guarding that square, the bishop's guarding that square, the pawn's guarding that square, the queen, the rook, and the knight, and the bishop. So I can't get my rook over here. Maybe I shouldn't have taken the open file with that rook. Okay, maybe I should have taken it with this rook, and then I can bring this rook around this way here in a second. That doesn't look good for them, because that allows me in here. But is that good? I don't know. Their bishop's undefended once again, so I could threaten it, but then it dropped back and threatened me, but then I could take this pawn. See, if I go there, what do? Probably play here. No, I don't know. I'm pretty bad at predicting what my opponent's going to do. Pretty bad. See, if I go there, that does not do anything about keeping the knight coming because their queen but it gets my queen out of the possibility of this fork. And it allows me to lift this rook. Or not. I'm going to try it anyway, though. I'm going to try to do something like that. No, maybe not. Oh, but now I can put my queen behind the rook and aim there for when their knight ever moves. So all I did there was switch places with my queen and my rook. Now can I put my other rook here and prepare to just barrel through that spot? I think that's what I'm going to do, is just try to, what's that called? There's a name for this, I think. The first one loses to the knight. Wait, then they're going to have a bishop and a rook after that. Well, that's a bad idea. Okay, well, I got to move the knight first then. Move the knight first. Oh, and then they block the whole thing. But then I threaten their queen. Let's try it. I wasn't expecting to, I figured they'd go there to block my whole path. And if I move forward, that pawn is protected by my queen, so I'm not too worried about it. They probably threaten a rook at this point, but I can always move the rook. Let's see what happens. Well, the queen dropped back. So they do have two pieces protecting this knight right now. They do have the ability to hit one of my rooks right now. Can I threaten their rook? They'll take, then I'll take, and I'll be controlling the open file. They also have the ability to threaten my queen, protected by the bishop. I have no idea what to do. No idea whatsoever. And if I move this pawn, then they're not only threatening my queen, but that pawn. And I don't want to start this game of trying to give my king an out, because that they are going to take, and then when I take back, my king's open, and they have a check waiting right there, and a queen waiting right here. I could do this, though. They take. I can take. And then I'm aiming at that undefended pawn. They went back to defend the pawn. It's like they're listening to me. Well, I can take there now. Maybe ruin some of this attack that's coming here. Maybe not, because they're going to do that. And their knight is still defending that pawn. How do I get out of that? Oh, no, I can't. Now I need to move my queen now, so I can get the rook out of a possible attack. Look at that. They're going to win my rook for a bishop here in just a second. In fact, it's probably a mistake that they didn't do it already. But now their queen isn't defending the pawn. Now when we come through, they take, and I take, I'm threatening their bishop, and they're in check. Let's do it. Let's just end this game in a fiery fashion. They're in check, and I should win the bishop for that. No, I didn't win the bishop for that. Well, that's disappointing, because their king protected it. But I can win this pawn, right? That should be okay. And I can win this pawn with check. Okay, that's not check, but they're aiming for a mate here, right? Two pieces. But I can defend that with this, which is also a check. Is there a way to fork that rook? There isn't, because those aren't checks. And that's a really bad idea, because they have multiple pieces guarding that. I like my queen being on a light square right now. I should probably keep it there. What if I were to move this here, threatening that? Then where would they go? Then all my pieces but that one would be on light squares, those two, on my king. Oh, if I did that, they would just check, wouldn't they? Well, that's disappointing. Can I get some sort of perpetual check going here? Maybe I should stick with squares where I can continue guarding that. I don't know. But I'm still trying to fork that rook, which isn't defended. Check. It's going to go there. Are we going to get a perpetual? Because I will draw this spot and be happy about it. Surely it won't repeat. Okay. Oh, no, there's still no way to fork it, is there? That's protected. That's obviously protected, as is that. And I don't have any other checks, because I can't get over there. Oh, wow, if my pawn wasn't in the way, I could get over there. Should I try this? That doesn't seem like a good idea, does it, to trade off right now? Now I'm just down a full piece, not down a piece and up an exchange. But I can do this because it threatens the bishop. I think they would have to take, and then I would take. Or should I move the rook over first? I think that's what I should do. Because now they can't do that. Okay. Well, now I can't do that because their queen is guarding that square. Can't check down there on g7. Well, I could move my rook back and check, back where it just was. Can they stop that? Check. What can they do? Just go back where they were? Because again, I'm happy to repeat. Oh, they went back to protect the bishop. Okay. Can I go there? Then their rook's undefended. So then that would force them, I think that would force them to come over here, or at least to defend the rook. Maybe. The bot probably won't blunder in the endgame. It came over here to defend both of them. Now I can check there, and they wouldn't be able to block with the bishop because the bishop's down here. Let's see. I can always come back, right? If they block with the queen, I can always come back. I think. Oh, they did that. Okay, check. I am in desperation mode here. I'm not sure what else to do. How many moves is this already? 54? Okay, now I can't check again. Yes, I can. But then they can block with the rook. Okay, or the queen. But then I could come back, I guess, to some place like here. Should I try it? Because no matter which one they block with, well, not there, probably there, then I can always come back to one of these two squares. I just want to keep checking as often as I can to keep them from attacking me. That's the idea here. And then I want to come back here, which threatens this, I think. No, now they're defending that. Okay. Interesting, because the queen protects that. And definitely don't want to get my rook off the back rank just yet. Do I have, let's see, that check is protected by their rook. Don't have any other checks. Don't have any other checks. But their bishop is pinned right now, so should I? No, I shouldn't try something like that to try to trade off pieces. I don't know. See what Howser will do. Oh, Howser is once again aiming in here. Still can't check because the rook is still guarding that. Still can't take this. Wait, can I do this? Put pressure on the pinned piece? Is that a good idea? Oh, they checked me down here. Wait, I'm still guarding this. Their piece is still pinned, but it's still protected by the queen. I mean, I don't have any legal moves other than moving over, right? I mean, I could have blocked, but that would have been dumb. That would have been a mate immediately. Okay, I'm going to take their bishop for a pawn. And now I'm up on material. I put pressure on the pinned piece. That worked out really well. Now I have to be careful because I think I'm ahead. And yeah, this video's gone on too long, but this game is taking a long time. They only have one piece aimed at this right now. I can go here, which stops protecting that pawn, but that pawn did its job. And that would line up these two pieces, my queen and my rook. And they don't yet have a check over here because the pawn is currently guarding that, but they could approach the pawn. But my idea for doing this is to line up these two pieces so that I can come down something like this, or even here. Is that good? I mean, because this isn't good, I'm sure. But wait, I'm ahead on pawns. Maybe it is good. I would be ahead, but rook on rook, I don't know about that. I'm going to go here aiming for something like this and see what they do. Okay, they blocked against that. Okay, but here I think I'm ready for it because that pawn is so far advanced. Wait. What about this check? Does that win the rook? I think that wins the rook. I think I'm going to beat this 1400 rated bot. And the way I'm going to do it is shepherding this pawn down to the end. Oh no, the way I'm going to do it is by checkmating them with my rook and my king. And I'm going to start by going here, which traps their king in a box. Their king is trapped in this little box right here. And I'm going to bring my king. I'm going to bring my king here to protect my rook. And then I'm going to move my rook forward again to here. They're going to bring their king out probably. Okay, I'm going to make a waiting move. And then when their king goes back, I'm going to slowly shrink that box. I may bring this pawn in for some support. I will. And then I'm going to bring my king. And if they ever move to the edge, what I want to do is to force them to stay on the edge. So I'm going to bring my king here, forcing them up one. Then I can move my rook over and they're stuck on the edge. Now what I want to do is come forward until we get the opposition and then checkmate. Because now it's over. Should I en passant that pawn? Should I? Just for the fun of it? Or should I checkmate? I should checkmate. 77 moves. I don't know where the bot messed up, but I know it was ahead as we transitioned into the endgame. I know that. But at some point, I was able to find a way out, which tells me that the bot made a mistake or a blunder. I'm going to save this game to my archive and run the game review. On my end, this video is now over an hour. Hopefully, I will take a bunch of that out, so it won't be that long for you. Wow, I don't have the time or the energy to go through all those mistakes and or blunders, but there was a period at which I was ahead early on, but then I gave away the advantage to the bot. It gave it away down here someplace. Let's see. I'm just going to skip to this part. Down here, move 56. Okay, the bot only had a -1 advantage here. Point-wise, we were actually even on material because I had 3 extra pawns, but the bot had the bishop. Okay, so I played that. And that did not give away a lot of advantage. Okay, that was a mistake. Did I take advantage of it immediately? Because that gives me a slight advantage. That was not my best move. What should I have done here? Oh, I should have, okay, I didn't see that until the next turn. Okay, that was a miss. They should have played queen to c5 check, but they didn't. Okay, the bot blundered here. The bot blundered, allowing me time to see that. Okay, so that's where it gave it away. But it's still only even, so the bot had to have made at least one more mistake. Because, okay, that was a great move. I put pressure on the pinned piece. There's nothing they can do about it. They're going to lose the bishop. They should have checked me on c5, but they didn't. They did this. Okay, those two moves are even. Queen to c5 check and queen to e3 check, which they did. Oh, I thought I only had one legal move other than blocking. But I could have gone up there too. Oh, that would have actually been better. Not much, just a little better. But blocking with the rook would have been really bad, which is what I said. So I went there. We're still about even. Okay, and then the bot had to blunder again, and it did so right here. What it should have done was played rook to d4, which is protected by the queen, threatening my queen. And then I would have had to have taken the bishop at that point. They would have taken, I would have taken, they would have taken here. And we would have still been very close to even. I would have had one extra pawn and a rook versus a rook. Oh, actually, I would have had two extra pawns, but they would have been doubled pawns right here and here, I think is what it's saying. That's their only move. And they didn't make it. They played there instead. Okay, it was my best move to take the bishop with the pawn. That was another mistake? Wait, I'm only at plus 2.5 here. They should have played queen to e2, and then I would have had to trade off the queen at that point, but they didn't. But I was already at, okay, I'm at plus 3, but that move gave me plus 20? Queen to f3 was my best move. I thought about that for a long time. It's the only move that goes plus 52. The other ones are plus 6, plus 4, and then less than that. Well, I'm really happy about that. Because again, I had my idea to come down here, lining these two pieces up so that they protect each other, letting the pawn go for a moment. Okay, and here they should have played queen to e7. They did play queen to e7. Was it my best move to queen to c3 check? It was, because I win the rook. Okay, and that's where it went up. And then there was not much that the bot could do at that point. Oh, the bot made another suboptimal move here. It says they should have just moved the king back, or moved the king up, or played queen to e5, but instead, they took the pawn, which put us into a mating sequence. Mate in 38? Well, I wasn't going to find mate in 38, but I know I can mate with a rook and a king. Okay. I beat all 5 of the Super Mario Brothers bots. I don't know. Is it legal for me to say that? I don't know. They're obviously based on the Super Mario Brothers, so I don't think that's any problem to say. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.